Hey everybody, Nick here, and today I got a review for you of this little guy. This is a SwissTech Utilikey. These have been around roughly forever. They've been on my radar just about as long, but I've never had a chance to handle one until my buddy Jim sent one along. So, hey Jim, thanks. And this is a part in my kind of ongoing series of keychain utility reviews. The thing is, keychains are not quite there's not enough to them that they really deserve a full-on review. So I'm just going to talk about this guy a little bit, with shades of the good, the bad, and the ugly, as always. So, let's go ahead and jump into it. This is an interesting little tool because it does have a lot going on. It's deceptively simple, and at some level it just looks like a key. It looks like it belongs on your keychain. People won't really give it a second glance. But in practice, you got a lot here. Ranging from, you got yourself a bottle opener here, you got yourself a Phillips head, small kind of driver. Got a flathead here. Oh, it is pretty thick for a flathead. Got yourself a sort of knife, a sharpened edge. I mean, it's sharp enough to cut something, as well as a serrated version. And it's worth noting that the serrated version, coupled with the bottle opener here, actually makes for an okay wire stripper to kind of make that cut around the side there. So that's nice. And, yeah. So that's kind of the utility you got going on here. There's no pry bar, which is something that's often desirable to have in a keychain utility, but there's still a lot of good. One thing I do want to highlight specifically on the good side is the mechanism for putting it onto the keychain. Let's pretend that this is your keychain for a second here. It's very easy to just pop this guy on there, because it uses this nice little system. It's kind of slick, actually. To pop open. You can see here, if I am able to get it off of my fake keychain here, you can see that it's got this little area, this little bump that, in order to pop over, needs to be pushed up a little bit and then falls back down into that groove. And so that means it's actually very secure on there, but it's also very easy to detach. You're not dicking around with spring bars or anything like that, or trying to separate the links of the keychain. That's no good. This is just really easy in that way. Nice and accessible. So really, I like that a lot. Unfortunately, it does have some downsides. One of them is the lack of the pry bar. That's a little frustrating sometimes, because that's one of the most common uses that the rest of your EDC may not cover. Another issue with it is that it does actually have a knife on there, but it's not really that much of a knife. I mean, sure, you could use this guy to pop open, say, your, the tape on a shrink wrap package or something like that. No problem. Or, even open a box. That's not an issue here, and especially if you're able to keep it sharp. No biggie. But it's not really that supremely useful as a knife, and it doesn't pale to actually, it doesn't compare to actually carrying, a knife. And so you end up with something that is knifey enough to be trouble at, say, the TSA or a federal building or something like that, but not really enough of a knife to be all that useful in the grand scheme of things. It may be a good option if, for whatever reason, you don't want to carry a dedicated knife, but, I don't know. So that's a little bit of a downside on there. And also, I don't know. There's not all that much going on here, and all of it is very covered if you're carrying even the smallest of multi-tools. So, I don't know how I feel about this guy. Is it going to make its way onto my keychain? No, not necessarily. I carry a better knife on a regular basis. I have a set of drivers in my multi-tool. And, the can opener thing, bottle opener that is, isn't something I use very often. But hey, it might be decent enough for you. So, I'm not going to go ahead and recommend it, but at the same time, it's not a bad thing at all. And that's your SwissTech Utilikey, and not a bad choice for the keychain. Hope this has been interesting. Have yourself a wonderful rest of your day.